Hey everyone, this is Stephen Strawn at Cast Iron Cookware, where you can find information to help you better collect, restore, and use cast iron cookware. If you've noticed, I've been gone for quite a while. I haven't put out a video in over a month, maybe a little longer. And before then, it was a little bit sketchy as well. And I just want to kind of share a little bit about what's been going on in my life and also maybe show a little bit about what's going on in my studio. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's purchased my product, Easy Beezy Cast Iron Seasoning. The purchase of this product helps keep this channel going, and I just want to say thank you so very much. Now, let's get on into our video. For all of you guys that's been wondering where have I gone to, is I've had a pretty busy schedule over the last 6 months, and I was trying to keep the videos up and was just kind of falling down on getting them out. Issues with my oven, issues with my studio, issues with my health. I hurt my back about a month ago, and everything has just been really hard. Kind of springing back from that, I had an issue with my oven. My oven went out, and if you know, with cast iron, there's only so much you can do and talk about cast iron cookware without cooking and without restorations. I haven't been able to restore anything because my oven has been shot. So I recently purchased a double oven from an individual off Facebook. So I put this thing in. I haven't used it yet, but I do have it installed. I did not realize that the $150 for purchasing the item was just the beginning. There was another $150 or so for the materials to put it inside a cabinet. Another $150 or so to get the breaker, the wire, the plug, and all the stuff that goes to that as well. Fortunately, I was able to do the wiring myself. So I'm in about $450 for a used double oven, and I think it's still going to be great. Now, I could have tried to buy one for $1,200 and spend another $500 putting it in, but you're listening to a guy who still works in a factory to make a living. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not making tons of money with Easy Beezy yet, and I'm not making tons of money on YouTube. I still have to work a regular job, thus one of the other issues of trying to get the videos out. It's just hard to do it when everything is going on at one time. Probably more than anything, my issue is just not having enough time to put videos together. Hang in there with me and we'll keep going. I do want to share a little bit about my studio, so we can just pan around a little bit. I've done a little bit of rearranging. I got some of the pieces that I use over there. This is a Lodge Cracker Barrel mini cupcake pan. You can use it for biscuits or cupcakes or whatever. And it was the perfect thing to formulate my Easy Beezy product because I could test in the same pan, in the same temperature, under the same conditions, all different blends, till I finally came up with the one that worked the best. So this is one of my favorite pieces right there. Of course, I got a few other oddball pieces, part of my collection. I got some Red Mountain chicken fryers. I got a couple of long griddles, which I haven't ever used. I don't really know what I'm going to cook in them yet. If you got any suggestions, send them out. Let me have some ideas what I can cook on a long griddle. I also have the Red Mountain skillet set. I have the 14, the 12, the 10, the 9, the 8, the 7, the 7S, the 6, the 5, the 5S, the 4, the 3, and the 3S. Then on the Century side, I have the number 3, number 5, number 6, number 7, the number 8, B7, the number 8, the 10, the 12, and the 14. And this one is the one that started it all. It's the one that me and my wife bought right after we got married for $5 from a vendor out of the back of a truck, new from Birmingham, Alabama. And that's the one that got us started. You can check out my video on biscuits. The biscuits is really what got me started into cast iron. When I learned how to make biscuits like my grandmother made, I thought, man, this cast iron stuff is something. I want some more. And guess what? I got some more. But I've got just a little bit of everything. I've got some Lodge griddles. I got the 8, 9, and 10. I got the Birmingham Stove and Range muffin pan, the blue ribbon. I got the 3 sizes in the cornstick pans, the Red Mountain 7L, the regular Red Mountain 7, and the 5S, and the little T. Also, I have my little stew pots. So I also have the cornbread skillet. I got an enamel piece of Birmingham Stove and Range Century. I got another enamel piece, number 3, the number 6, the 6 wedge cornstick pan. Foundry of the Show's clock. I got this one here from my son-in-law. This is a Martin Stove and Range 12 cup heart pan, and it belonged to my son-in-law's grandmother. I believe he calls her Nana. And this is a piece that's very, very special to me. Also, I got the Eddie Bauer trout pan, believed to be made by BSR. We also have the Handy Dan cornstick pan, which is definitely BSR. And just kind of going around, I've got a Able Skeever. It took me a while to learn how to say that. Able Skeever, and it's even harder to spell. And that makes some kind of a little pastry. Also, one of my favorites, my big jumbo. This little guy right here, I've been waiting on it for a long time. I always wanted one to put right in the middle of my stage. We got a few small pieces. I got a Advertiser ashtrays. We got Atlanta Stoveworks, Birmingham Stove and Range, and another Birmingham Stove and Range, and another style in the Birmingham Stove and Range. And right here on the bottom, even another style of Birmingham Stove and Range. Just in case you're wondering, I like Birmingham Stove and Range. We got Birmingham Stove and Range round griddle. This is a piece that I really love. This belonged to a friend of mine, Mike Kuzmick. I've got a video talking about this particular piece. It's a hammered Lodge 4-in-1. Beautiful piece. Great memory of a friend of mine that passed away around Christmas last year. And pieces like this are great memory pieces, pieces that you can remember events and family members that have gone on. A small fry griddle from the Lady Best series. Lady Best here, Lady Best, Lady Best, Lady Best, Lady Best, Lady Best, Lady Best, Lady Best. I don't have all of the Lady Best. I've got most of them, still liking a few. Also, I've heard at one time that the potpourri pot was from the Lady Best series. I found out later I was wrong, but it's from the Lady Best era, but not the Lady Best series. So there we go, Lady Best. Interesting thing about the Lady Best, they did have a Cambrio handle, and it's like a porcelain. They only sent those out west. The people in California at one time was really interested in them, and they had a short lifespan. Mostly they were made out of wood. Lady Best was introduced in 1976 as part of the bicentennial of the United States to kind of give it, advertised and get on the bandwagon of the bicentennial of the United States. And they had a whole series of Lady Best. Got a Birmingham Stove and Range 10-inch Dutch oven or camp oven. The thing about Dutch ovens and camp ovens, to me, I always look at a Dutch oven, something with a flat bottom, and this is a enameled Lodge Dutch oven. And here's another example of a flat bottom Dutch oven. This is a Birmingham Stove and Range Century Series, number 8. Smooth on the bottom, no legs. And here we got one that has legs. It doesn't really matter. Both of them are Dutch ovens. Both of them, can be used in camping. But me personally, I like to say the ones with legs are camp oven because they are really designed for a camp or a campfire or cooking inside the hearth or something like that. And the other is just a Dutch oven. Technically, the whole process is a Dutch oven process. If you would like to know more about that, check out my video on the history of cast iron cookware, or maybe the other video, I'll try to leave a link here, on Dutch oven versus camp oven or camp oven versus Dutch oven. Not really sure, but check out the video. I've started collecting number 3s, and I have Birmingham stove and range. Of course, I got a few Birmingham stove and range up in there as well. But I wanted to collect a rendition from every maker. So I got a lot of Birmingham stove and range, a little bit of Martin stove and range, Ugly Hammards, Lodge, Wagner, Griswold, Wagner. The one thing about collecting cast iron cookware, if you don't watch it, it can get really, really expensive. And I just could not afford to go expensive. The way I did it, I would find a bargain on 7 or 8 pieces at the flea market, carry them all home, clean them all up, keep 1 or 2 that I really liked, sell the rest, and then I used the money to buy more. So little by little, I was able to fund my collection without spending a lot of money in the initial investment. And I decided, you know, I can't really collect anything and everything, so I started collecting number 3s because they are, for the most part, inexpensive until you start running into the rare number 3s. And there are a few of those, so looking for some of those. I've got most of the inexpensive ones, so working my way up. But it's a way to collect and not have a gigantic display, but still have a nice rendition of overall the cast iron foundries. So I hope that you've enjoyed the little tour around my pan cave. And if you have, please don't forget to subscribe. Check out the rest of my videos. Look for some more videos coming out in the next few weeks. So I'm going to try to do my very best to put out a video at least once every week. So look for those coming out. I appreciate your subscription and hitting the notification bell, and I promise I'll keep more coming. And I just want to say thank you again for watching Cast Iron Cookware. Before you go, I would like to share something with you really quickly. In Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 1, it says, "Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed." I just want to say, share the word and be a blessing.